Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the ARC Family Room series. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Allison Reed. I am the house manager at the ARC, and I'm thrilled to be able to introduce this show for you tonight. Of course, the ARC Family Room is wherever you are listening from during these pandemic times. The ARC is a nonprofit organization. We are in Ann Arbor, Michigan. We've been here since 1965. We fully anticipate, anxiously awaiting, we fully anticipate returning to in person shows, performers on our stage, and audiences in our seats. So perhaps we'll see you there. We don't know exactly when that will happen, but it's getting closer. There is hope now. There is a virtual tip jar that we will ask you to donate to tonight if you are willing and able. This is a way that we have of supporting our performers during these pandemic times, and also a way that you have of supporting the ARC. So any donations that come in this evening will be split between the performer and the ARC. Tonight's show is a wonderful one. I'm so excited to bring this person right to your screen. And Antje, we cannot wait until a time when we can have you back on our stage. Performing tonight, everyone, is Antje Duvekot. She is a favorite of ours, and hers is a show in which it is easy to lose yourself. And I encourage you to do that tonight. Eliminate any distractions if possible, and just really lose yourself in this music. The ARC exists so that this music can happen and so that you can lose yourself in it. So I hope you have a wonderful night. I hope we will see you in our space before too long. And that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Antje, thank you for joining us this way and for offering your music this evening. Take it away.
Well, thank you so much, Allison, for that lovely introduction. I too hope to be back at the ARC in person. I'm really glad that that's even that's definitely in the cards. And thanks for that nice introduction and the offer for you guys to lose yourself in my music made me laugh a little bit because I was like, oh, I hope I don't lose myself in my music because I'm just like a little more rusty than usual because I just haven't been playing as many gigs this year. But I will try not to lose myself so that you can lose yourself. So I'm going to start with, this is actually my sound check song. It's a Bob Dylan song that I usually play for sound check, so I'll actually do it live now. I've seen love go by my door. It's never been this close before. Never been so easy or so slow. I've been shooting in the dark too long. Something's not right, it's wrong. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go. Oh, purple clover, green as lace, crimson hair across your face. You can make me cry, but you don't know. I can't remember what I was thinking of. You might be joy, but you too much love. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go. And dragonflies so high above, I have only known scareless love. Or it might have hit me from below. But I will look for you in Honolulu, San Francisco, Ashtabula. Gonna make me lonesome when you go. Flowers on the hillside going crazy. Crickets talking back and forth in rhyme. Blue river running slow and lazy. I could stay with you forever. I never realized the time. Oh, situations have ended sad. Relationships have all been bad. They've been like Verlaine and Rimbaud. But there's no way I can compare all them scenes to this affair. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go. You're gonna make me wonder what I'm doing, staying far behind without you. You're gonna make me wonder what I was saying. You're gonna make me give myself a good talking to. I will look for you in Honolulu, San Francisco, Ashtabula. Gonna have to leave see you in the skies above, in the tall grass and the ones I love. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go. You're gonna make me lonesome. Ooh. That's by Bob Dylan. It's a song I really like. I like the picking pattern, so I like to play that off the bat. So this next one is called Dandelion, and it's an old song of mine. I wrote this really, truly. When I think back of writing this song, I just think of a much younger version of myself. But it's about being rejected in love, which is a funny thing. It happens to everybody. I don't think there's a person alive that's not been rejected in love, and yet the feeling is just so bad. And I remember when I was young and I had this crush, and he was not interested in me, and so I wrote this song, and it came from a very cathartic place, and people still like it to this day. So this is called Dandelion. When Harry met Sally, it was settled. Mary Jane would fall for Spider-Man. The story was set in stone like Tarzan and Jane, Yoko and John. You were like my Hollywood movie, butterflies and Central Park kiss. Of course you would pursue me, I was Julia Roberts. I mean, how could you resist? But I am the 4th of July, throwing you a fire in the sky. You could go blind in my lights, but you were looking for an orchid. I will always be a dandelion, a dandelion. So I put on the best of my Warhols. I could have been your Marilyn Monroe, but you had only eyes for the Mona Lisa. You shared my cab ride all the way home. But I am the 4th of July, throwing you a fire in the sky. You could go blind in my life, but you were looking for an orchid. I will always be a dandelion. I am a middle-class home. I am a worn-out banjo. I'll never dance in Swan Lake. I'll never play the cello. I am the Northern Lights. I am invisible. I am a dandelion. I am forever wild. I am the 4th of July, throwing you a fire in the sky. You could go blind in my lights, but you were looking for an orchid. And I will always be. You were looking for a tea light, and I will always be a forest fire, a dandelion, a dandelion, ooh, a dandelion. Thanks, and hello to you guys in England, and thank you. I bought these like little cheap things on Amazon, feeling like I should like make something more than a white wall, but now I'm getting like entangled in it while playing. That's okay. Let me play you a sweet song. This is called Sweet Spot, and I play this at weddings a lot because it's just about finding your, I don't know, arriving. Well, you never really arrive in life, but these little islands where everything is pretty good and you just don't want to miss it. So this celebrates the sweet spot in your life called Sweet Spot. Once you stood below a mountain, now you find yourself surprised. This is the sweet spot of your life. This new view compares to nothing. Gone the hardships of your climb. Yeah, this is the sweet spot of your life. It would seem the ice is melting. It seems you've come in from the cold. The sweet spot of your life. All your streams, they are now fuller than what the river banks can hold. Yeah, this is the sweet spot of your life. So you must hold these days like treasures in a jewel box in your heart. This is the sweet spot of your life. For you know well they are most precious. To an old tree you must carve them. This is the sweet spot of your life. May it only sting a moment when you dive into the blue. This is the sweet spot of your life. By the time you hit the surface, it has rearranged you. This is the sweet spot of your life. Always wanted something solid, just one solid thing. But angels are so fickle, they only love you when you sing. You don't need those fickle angels to shine. This is the sweet spot of your life. Once you stood below a mountain, now you find yourself surprised. This is the sweet spot of your life. This new view compares to nothing. Gone the hardships of your climb. This is the sweet spot of your life. And may it only sting a moment when you dive into the blue. This is the sweet spot of your life. By the time you hit the surface, it has rearranged you. This is the sweet spot of your life. This is the sweet spot. This is the sweet spot. This is the sweet spot of your life. This is the sweet spot. This is the sweet spot. This is the sweet spot of your life. Hi guys, right in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Gosh, I can't wait to be in the Ark. It's strange giving concerts from your house because I sometimes, not that I'm really a singer who belts a lot anyway, but when I hit sort of a loud note, I'm like, okay, I hope the neighbors are okay because I don't want to like, I mean, I don't know if they can hear me. They probably can, and they're like, what is going on in that apartment? But I have been playing a bunch and writing. So I wrote a new song that I'm going to try out on you now. No one's heard it before. So please don't tell anyone. This is a little bit of a secret because this song was a commissioned song that's coming out on Earth Day. So I was commissioned by the Goethe Institute, which is a German language and culture institute in Boston. And they asked me to write an original Earth Day song that they're going to unveil on Earth Day. It'll actually be a real show outside in the parking lot, in their parking lot, and I will be debuting that song then. But I'm gonna just play it for you here under the radar, if I can remember how it goes. But So I was commissioned to write a song about Earth Day, so I thought I'll do some research. And I researched all kinds of environmental issues. I watched a bunch of documentaries about like sustainable fishing and like a bunch of David Attenborough stuff about, global warming and overpopulation. And by the time I was done my research for my Earth Day song, I was severely depressed about the state of the world. And as you might imagine, being depressed is very counterproductive and really not something that leads to creativity. So I sort of was like paralyzed with doom and gloom. I was like, oh no, how am I going to write an Earth Day song that's like hopeful and upbeat? Because to be honest, I was feeling like, oh my God, we're screwed. But so I sat on my little desk with my empty page, complete writer's block, like how do I write this Earth Day song? And I had my windows open because it was kind of warm actually, and I live near some woods, and so as I was wondering what to write about, I heard this like amazing call of what was a coyote, and it just reminded me of like the wild that is right outside of my house. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna make this personal, and I just started like talking to the coyote in song. So this is what came out of that. Hey coyote, are you out there? Can you lead me to my ancient self? Hey glitter on the water, I think I need help. I already blew it. I still haven't quite memorized this. Let me try again. Hey coyote, are you out there? Can you lead me to my ancient self? Hey glitter on the water, I think I need help. I keep dry and I keep warm, got all this shelter from the storm. I can turn summer into winter and night into day with a switch. We can turn less into more, but we don't anymore understand which is which. Hey, perfection of a dewdrop, can you lead me to my healing spot? I thought I was independent, but I guess I forgot that I got Milky Ways in one neuron alone. I got riverbeds in my bones, and I am no less a part of this, a part of all this. Show me the road less traveled, let's follow it back to the source, before the balance unraveled, before we lost our true course. Auf unserem Sand, Kosmos, Wunder der Anwesenheit, in seiner Zerbrechlich und Unersetzlichkeit. Hey coyote, are you out there? Have we come to a dividing line? Hey pollen on a bee's wing, do we still have the time to save your habitat with habits that inhabit that? We have the facts with habits that stop the ransack. We can grow less, so you grow back. Show me the road less traveled, let's follow it back to the source, before the balance unraveled, before we lost our true course. Auf unserem Staub, komm Kosmos, Wunder der Anwesenheit, in seiner Zerbrechlich und Unersetzlichkeit. 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 You might have been surprised at the German in there, but so the Goethe Institute is a German institution. They have institutes all over the world that encourage German culture and knowledge and language, a lot of language classes and stuff like that. So one of the assignments was to have a little bit of German in the song. So that line that was in German. it's the song is called Anwesenheit, which means like presence or also attendance. So yeah, only some people will understand that line. But so I have been working a little bit with the Goethe Institute, and they also do language classes, and so they've hired me to teach a few workshops, which will be mostly in the name of it'll be mostly in service of learning German. So I'll be doing those with high schoolers, and we're going to try to write songs in German at a sort of like a basic level. So I'm really looking forward to that. That happens next week. But in part, I need to kind of revive my German because I moved here when I was 13 from Germany. And I'm a native speaker. I do speak German still, but it's been a long time and it's getting rusty. So in an effort to kind of like get my German back in time for these workshops, I've been listening to a lot of German language podcasts. And it's been really interesting because I've been listening to like what's kind of the equivalent of the New York Times in Germany. It's a podcast called Okay America, and it's a German perspective on U.S. politics and U.S. news and stuff like that. And it's a little bit sort of like they talk about sort of how messed up this country is. And I'm like, hey, I mean, I know that it is messed up, but to have it sort of discussed from the outside is a really weird experience because I'm like, oh no, are we really that broken? Because from their view, we're like really screwed up. So that's been fun and interesting, but hopefully I will kind of like get my German back. So I think I'll play you a German song right now and a little bit more in that theme. This is called Augen, Ohren und Herz, and it's a kid's song from my childhood, and it's about like seeing, hearing, and feeling. Sieh dir die Wolken mal an, sehen sie nicht aus wie Gesichter? Schau, wie die Sonne aufgeht und es wird lichter und lichter. Leute rennen zur Bahn, manche beim Bäcker anstehen. Da verliert einer den Hut, überall gibt's was zu sehen. Gut, dass du Augen hast, gut, dass du siehst. Gut, dass du Augen hast, gut, dass du siehst. La 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 la, la la la. Vater ruft dich aus dem Bett, hell sprudelt's Wasser ins Becken. Radio spielt Flötenmusik. All dies, das hörst du beim Wecken. Gut, dass du Ohren hast, gut, dass du hörst. Gut, dass du Ohren hast, gut, dass du hörst. La 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 la. Läuft dir ein Kätzchen mal zu, gib ihm zu trinken, zu fressen, streichle es, dann wird's dein Freund. Freunde darf man nie vergessen. Gut, dass ein Herz du hast, gut, dass du fühlst. Gut, dass ein Herz du hast, gut, dass du fühlst. La 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 la. Yeah, that's a song that goes way back for me. So I used to sing this when I was like 5 years old. This next one I think I'm gonna also do for Earth Day. It's funny because it's a Cat Stevens song and it's so old, but it's really feeling current. One of my favorites is called Where Do the Children Play? Well, I think it's fine building jumbo planes and taking a ride on a cosmic train. Switch on summer from a slot machine. Get what you want if you want, you can get anything. I know we've come a long way, we're changing day to day. But tell me, where do the children play? Will you roll on roads over fresh green grass for your lorry loads, pumping petrol gas? And you make them long and you make them tough, but they just grow on and it seems you can't get up. Oh, we've come a long way, changing day to day. Tell me, where do the children play? Hey, hey, hey. Will we scratch the sky? Scrapers fill the air. Will you just keep building higher till there's no more room up there? Will you make us laugh? Will you make us cry? Will you tell us when to live and will you tell us when to die? Oh, we've come a long way, we're changing day to day. But tell me, where do the children play? Love me some Cat Stevens. Cool. Well, let's see. I guess I'll play you a couple of new songs. Let's see. Yeah, I did write a few new songs this year, and I will eventually make a record with them on it. I'm trying to find the time. Having to be creative during this strange year, I've had to kind of like go into new jobs and niches. So I have a lot of things on my plate right now. So I'm not sure when I'm gonna make another record, but it's gonna happen. In the short term, I'm working on some video work and in the German classes and some more custom songs. I'm doing a song for a podcast by Ben Arthur, which is going to be really cool. It's called Songwriter, and he pairs writers with songwriters. And the podcast is like the author writes a short story and reads it on air, and then a songwriter responds to the short story in song. And I'm really excited about that project. I love the short story that I was given, so I feel like very inspired to write a song in response to a short story. I haven't done it yet, but that's also happening soon. So yeah, look out for all of that. But here's a song that I wrote during the pandemic. It's called Traces. I leave you traces, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You come in stages, 1, 2, 3, closer by degrees. And the dim beyond the in-between, the perimeter of dreams. So far beyond the contour, so much closer than it seems. a string to a kite. I think you might have just the hands to hold me. Your voice on the wire like an unseen fire unravels and unfolds me. The hum of electricity is coming through the static. It could be love, love. And all the riots of uncertainty go quiet. I'm just a pin drop on this line. We are made of time, and I could linger. Stay until the end. Follow your fingers to where the pavement ends. When I would trace your silhouette that I have never traced. And in a world thrown off its axis, so you spin me into place. And all the riots of uncertainty go quiet. Whenever you are on the line, we are made of time. I ran my ship against the stones. I've been lost, I've nearly drowned. Some days I ran into regret, with joy and pain out on the town. I've seen things I'd have never seen. The shells I gathered, my beliefs. I've bathed in the Amazon rain. So many things I can't explain. How we follow the same star when we were anchoring in harbors and claiming ports I sat and dined, where I found revelry and wine. But all those wharfs, they were not mine. So many songs I've learned and sung. I love the landscape, but nobody knew my tongue. I leave you traces, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Coming in stages, 1, 2, 3, closer by degree. And the dim beyond the in-between, the perimeter of dreams. So far beyond the contour, so much closer than it seems. That's a new one. I can't wait to actually record that. So right now I'm working on a lot of stop motion videos. I kind of got into that this year, and to my surprise and happiness, a lot of people really like them. So I have a few clients now for whom I'm making music videos, including Dar Williams. I just made one for her, which will get released in October. So that's still a ways away, but it was really awesome working with her because I love her. So I'm busy with that as well. So it's been an interesting year of reinvention and just creativity, I guess. It's like, be careful what you wish for. You're like, I can be like more creative than ever, and yet there's a catch. But here's another song I wrote. I know, I love Dar so much too. Here's another one I wrote this year. This one was inspired in a negative way. There should be a word for that. It was inspired by my dad, but maybe not in the best way. So my dad is an older white male in a position of considerable power. He was like the head of a department at the university. He's retired now. But he lives in Germany, but he's been expressing a lot of dismay about the social changes that are happening, especially regarding inclusivity. So he's really struggling with the fact that there's now, effort to heed diversity and things like that. And he's like, why is this happening? There was nothing wrong. There was nothing broken. Why do I have to change? And so he's very resistant to the new developments in society. And he just doesn't get it. He doesn't understand what it might have been like to be a group that did not have power and was not in the limelight. And so we had this conversation last summer where he said like, oh my God, you used to be able to make fun of Polish people. Now you're not allowed to do that anymore. But it was really fun. I love the Polish jokes. It was so fun to make fun of Polish. Like, he was sort of like reminiscing about how fun and how funny it was to tell jokes about Polish people. And I was like, well, Dad, maybe it just wasn't that fun for the Polish people. And my dad, literally, this is what he said. He was like, Oh no, it was fun for everybody. like it was just a fun time, as if it was this kind of agreement where everyone was in on it and loving it. So that just showed me that he is really far from understanding what it might be like to not be like a white man of considerable power. And so this song, I was kind of like, I wanted to have this conversation with him, which I'll probably never have in real life, but I had this conversation with him in song. And it's a bit about sort of like, you're gonna have to change whether you like it or not. So this is called New Wild West, and it's trying to talk to people like my dad. Hey Alexander, you got a look on your face like a cowboy without a steed. Say Alexander, did you get stuck into place like a sailboat without a breeze? Ooh, Alexander, the name of the game has been changed and you don't know why. Scratch the flags you hoisted to infallible heights when you were the good guys. And you feel just like a relic from a time that will never come back. Now valor's on sale, boys can be girls, there are no damsels in distress. Welcome to your new Wild West. And change, Alexander, it will sprout from below with the tact of a patient pun. And one day, Alexander, you step out for a smoke and the world that you knew is gone. Ooh, Alexander, commanded the stage in the age of the marble romance, back when the world contorted itself as your prize, when you were the good guys. Do you feel just like a relic from a time that will never come back, like a furloughed colonel with nothing to command? In that room with the elephant, before you were irrelevant on your guaranteed square in the game of musical chairs, you were never unkind, were just willfully blind back when you were blessed. But welcome to your new Wild West, and you feel just like a relic from a time that will never come back, like a furloughed colonel with nothing to command. Welcome to your new Wild West. Thank you. Yeah, speak truth to parents in song, because it goes a lot better than in real life. Let's see. So the Ark. I have a lot of fond memories of the Ark, and one of them, like the logo has the couch in the green room, I noticed, and on that very couch, me and my friend Natalia once just sort of casually in the green room recorded a version of Fat Bottom Girls, which is somewhere on the internet. So I feel like I have to probably play that in honor of the Ark green room. I was just a skinny lad, never knew no good from bad. You laughed before I left my nursery, left alone with big fat Fanny. She was such a naughty, nanny, big woman, you made a bad boy out of me. Oh, you're gonna take me home tonight. Down beside the red firelight. Are you gonna let it all hang out? Fat bottom girls, you'll make the rockin' world go round. I've been singing with my band across the wire, across the land. I met every blue-eyed floozy on the way. But their beauty and their style were kinda smooth after a while. Take me to them dirty ladies every time. Are you gonna take me home tonight? Oh, down beside the red firelight. Are you gonna let it all hang out? Fat bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round. I got mortgages on homes, I got a stiffness in my bones. Ain't no beauty queens in this locality, I tell you. But I still got my pleasure, I still got my greatest treasure. You big woman, you made a big man out of me. Oh, are you gonna take me home tonight? Oh, down beside the red firelight. And are you gonna let it all hang out? Fat bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round. Fat bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round. I don't know why we, me and Tali were on this tour and we somehow got into that song, and so you can find that on the internet, performed at the Ark. Let's see, I don't suppose there are any requests or anything. I have time for a few more. Let's see, maybe I'll play some sort of standards of mine. Yeah, I'll do this one. This is called Vertigo, and it's a song that people tend to like of mine. It's about, a lot of my songs are sort of modeled after the Dar Williams concept of being vulnerable, I guess. Before it was fashionable, like now it's like in, ever since Brené Brown. Oh, Judas, I see that. Sure, I'll do Judas next. I think I remember that one. But I'll play you Vertigo, which is also about the kind of fear and apprehension when it comes to putting yourself out there. So... You're on a highway and I'm climbing out. I feel the dangers, I steal a kiss from your mouth. And I will try to hold steady. Wanna make you believe that the height of this tightrope is just second nature to me. But I will break all my bones, 'cause I lied about the vertigo, and I have never been up this high. There'll be no safety net when I fall right out of the sky. There will be no ambulance waiting, and I have no wings to fly. Ooh. And we will meet on the borders, barefoot and blessed, in colorful graveyards with flower bouquets for the dead. And I won't ask you to promise that I will not come tugs my courage, will you be my brother in arms? I will break all my bones, 'cause I lied about the vertigo, and I have never been up this high. There'll be no safety net when I fall right out of the sky. There will be no ambulance waiting, and I have no wings to fly. I will break all my bones, 'cause I lied about the vertigo, and I have never been up this high. There'll be no safety net when I fall right out of the sky. There will be no ambulance waiting, and I have no wings to fly. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, I'm seeing some requests, so I will try Judas for whoever just requested that. Haven't played it in a while, but hopefully it'll come back to me. And then I'll do Long Way, which I think maybe numerous people asked for, I'm not sure. Judas Iscariot is kicking up seashells and he is cursing. He's being tortured by the roaring in his mind that won't surrender the scene. And even here alone in the dark, 1,000 eyes are burning holes into his heart. Holes into his heart. Jesus, he was the schoolyard martyr, was every mother's perfect son. Not like Judas in the back of the school bus, invisible to everyone. There was lots of love in between Joseph and Mary. Joseph was the head coach at the high school. They were living out on Judas's street. They'd be pitching on Sundays in the grass, when usually Judas's father'd be drunk off his ass. And Jesus, he was the schoolyard martyr, was every mother's perfect son. Not like Judas in the back of the school bus, invisible to everyone. And last night Judas's father threw his son against the wall. That's how you learn to become invisible. And it might have been any day like the rest, but the tape shows him moving. And he's standing in the hall, he's never felt this alone before. And he's walking through the door, and it's springtime. Ooh. Judas Iscariot is kicking up shells and he is cursing. And if he stands here long enough, maybe he will turn to dust and blow away. And he won't find the bullets on that fateful morning. He will wake up from this dream. Oh, Jesus, he was the schoolyard martyr, was every mother's perfect son. Not like Judas in the back of the school bus, invisible to everyone. Not like Judas, invisible. Thanks. I invented a few chords there, but they were just as interesting as the originals, I suppose. So I will definitely do Long Way for you, and then see what happens as the last song. All right, let's see. So this is called Long Way, and this is, a song about travel, which has been pretty much something that we haven't done for a while. But this song can take you on a road trip, and it's 100% safe. So come with me. Oops. We bid our friends goodbye. We promised we would write them and headed north up 95 into the great unknown. Turned up our stereo and I felt so reckless and alive. We didn't know who we would be. We didn't know where we would end up when we headed down that road. A little food and our guitars in the backseat and that old cello, the one that would get stolen in a town in Idaho. And it's a long way to Delaware and back, and it's a long way. It's a long way, clouds upon our backs, and it's a long, 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 long way. I have never seen reflections of the cleanest blue as in Minnesota lakes. Those were the longest nights of wood smoke and northern lights as we talked until the morning came. The light of glowing embers, as sweet as I remember, among the rustling of the trees. Legend of the harvest moon, sweet ballad of the loon. I felt as ancient as I was meant to be. And it's a long way to Delaware and back, and it's a long way. It's a long way, the clouds upon our backs, and it's a long, 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 long way. Called you from a payphone in windy cold Missoula, and then from Midland in the rain. No place as proud and sad as the South Dakota Badlands that touched me more than I could explain. On a dirt poor reservation where the Oglala Nation tries to hang on to its ways. Feather and peyote pie, a six-pack of Miller Lite sits on the dashboard of a beat-up Chevrolet, and it's a long way Michigan and back, and it's a long way. It's a long way. The clouds upon our backs, and it's a long, 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 long way. Out in California, we touched the other ocean, and I still have that jar of sand. In the Arizona desert, the sky goes on forever. You've never seen a thing as grand. And North Montana was cold. She keeps her secrets frozen under glaciers way up north. People have got lost up there in the home of the grizzly bear, and you can ask the mountain, but the mountain doesn't care. It's a long way to Delaware and back, and it's a long way. It's a long way on the worn out heels of Kerouac. It's a long, 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 long way. Ooh, it's a long way on the worn out heels of Kerouac. It's a long, 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 long way. Thank you so much, you guys. Thanks for listening, and especially for making requests. So I have a couple more minutes, and I think I saw a few merry-go-round requests, perhaps. I'm not sure if that's the one that had the most votes. But yeah, I really, I'm just grateful to be able to still be here with you guys and play. And I'm really excited for live shows and hope to see you guys out there. So this is called Merry-Go-Round, and this is a good song to go out on because it's, sorry, here we go, get that out of the way. This is a good song to go out on because it's been a challenging year, and I also think that the joy that we are going to feel when things resume to maybe not normal, but something more akin to what we remember from the before times. I just think we're going to explode with joy and gratitude because we'll have had this comparison, and we'll have known sort of like how precious the simple things were that we lost. And so that kind of works, that kind of feeds into the theme of this song, which is about, you know, the ups and the downs, and the fact that you can't really have joy without sadness and light without darkness. And so it seems like a good song to go out on. Again, I'm really grateful to you guys for tuning in. I'm really grateful to the ARC. I'm really glad that you'll be there when it's all over, and really looking forward to playing in person. So be well, you guys. Petals in the stream somewhere. Someone is standing at the foothills of their dreams, and someone got a paintbrush, is painting over doubt. Someone opened up his eyes and saw the sun coming out. Someone was captive and found the courage to get off, throw a boulder in the well somewhere the rain has stopped. Someone is finding a place where they belong. Yeah. Every day's summer somewhere in the world, and the summer boys are headed for the falls to kiss the girls with their impatient hands. Groping honey, breasts, and curls, they are filled with desire. And high in the hills, there's a baby being born as forgiveness and peace wash over bruises and sores. People bridging the distance over nettles and thorns. Everyone aboard on the merry-go-round. Some things will rise up so that others come down. If the devil don't dance, heaven won't shine. It's a mighty thick haze, and it's a pretty thin line. If the faucet is tightened up, the love won't flow. If the love isn't bright enough, the corn won't grow. If the night isn't dark enough, the moon won't glow. Rich man counting money, tired man counting sheep, while the saved man counts his blessings. The hungry man is beans. There's a million people praying, raising up their eyes to what turns out to be the same God, the same sky, and we are slightly scared to death, a little bit afraid, so we celebrate everything we can think to celebrate. We shall sing out loud to keep the hounds away. Everyone aboard on the merry-go-round, some things will rise up so that others come down. If the devil don't dance, heaven won't shine. It's a mighty thick haze, and it's a pretty thin line. If the faucet's tightened up, the love won't flow. If the love isn't bright enough, the corn won't grow. If the night isn't dark enough, the moon won't glow. Everyone aboard on a merry-go-round, some things will rise up so that others come down. If the devil don't dance, heaven won't shine. It's a mighty thick haze, it's a pretty thin line. If the faucet is tightened up, the love won't flow. If the love isn't bright enough, the corn won't grow. If the night isn't dark enough, the moon won't glow. Thanks again. I'll sign off now and let the neighbors rest their ears from whatever they think is going on in my apartment. And yeah, thanks a lot. And I'll see you guys next time, I hope. And best in person. And oh, I am doing another online show on the 25th of this month. If you want to tune in again, I'll hopefully get to your requests. So yeah, and thanks to Kurt and Allison and everyone at the Ark. Okay, bye guys.